Hi guys, Hamza here and welcome to this other tutorial. In this video, I basically want to take you through a password management tool called LastPass. And the reason for making this video is that as web designers and creatives, we always have to sign up for different accounts online. Maybe we are setting up a website for a client and then you have to set up, secure passwords for them. You don't want to be using the same password over and over again. But now if you're using a password management tool like LastPass, it will help you greatly to generate secure passwords that are different from every other password you've already created, and it will help you keep this password in a vault that every other time you can have access to it. And on top of that, you'll be in position to always autofill in these passwords whenever you are on that specific website or platform where you need that password. So you don't have the headache of looking up the password from from a notepad or from your draft mails. You would only just have to go to that specific client website or email address and you automatically have a fill in of that password. For example, let me just show you. If I go like to Elementor website where I have an account and then I say account, automatically LastPass will bring me my email address and then the password that I signed up with that specific website or account. And in this case, this autofill gives different other form fields that you can fill in that specific login section, but you always also have the option to only select the password that you created for that specific platform. So that's the beauty of LastPass. It basically does for you the hard work of managing your passwords online. So let's dive straight in and see how we can get started with LastPass and manage our passwords in a couple of minutes. So guys, welcome back again. I'm happy finally I could make this video. It has been always on my mind to make a decision whether to make this video or not, but finally it is here. Why I chose actually LastPass is that first of all, it is free for one user, and if you are going to manage passwords for different clients, you're going to be working on different projects. Actually, I have over 100 accounts online from different websites where I sign up every other day, social media platforms, emails, and all that stuff. So I cannot remember all the passwords that I set. And if I was to remember the specific passwords that I set up, they could be very familiar to each other, which puts your security at risk because almost those passwords are very familiar with each other. Now the beauty with LastPass, it actually gives you the possibility to auto-generate passwords. Let me just click over here and then you see, for example, I can generate a secure password right here. And this is a secure password. I can make a combination of different numbers, characters, and I can make a different other combination of like symbols and numbers and all that stuff. So this is the beauty of LastPass. And once you generate that password, you can copy it, and once you fill in that password into a form, as I'm going to show you in some minutes to come, LastPass will grab that password and the website URL and it will keep it for you, so you never have to remember the password and the username from wherever you open up an account. You only have to remember that URL of that specific website or platform where you signed up, and whenever you come over to that specific URL, LastPass will automatically autofill the available options for that URL, and you have the ability to select the correct account user or password that you created on that platform using such a drop-down option from LastPass, and then you will be ready to go and sign in successfully. So to get started, right now at the LastPass official website, and I'm just going to take you through. For example, here you can set up your passwords on Facebook, you can auto-generate and you can auto-fill in. You can do it also on Amazon, Salesforce, and many other websites. There are also you can have a personal account with LastPass, a business account which can be used by businesses to secure and connect employees at work in different locations, and such a business account can be accessed by different people in a department, in a different level of management, and that means you don't really have to have the headache of managing a password and who is managing this and all that stuff. and it is on autopilot, and that means you can log in on the go, simplify online shopping, generate strong passwords, which is something I really love. And it is available on very many platforms. For example, you can use it on Android devices, Apple devices, even smartwatches. It is of course for free, that is if you're going to use one account, but if you need a business account that requires a number of users, then you have to pay a certain fee for that. For example, for one user, access on all devices, one-to-one sharing, save and fill passwords, password generator, secure notes. Secure notes is basically a section within LastPass where you can save your very critical information like credit card information, bank information, and all that stuff. And then there is a security challenge, then there is a multi-factor authentication. If you actually try to access LastPass, your LastPass account via a different device or a new location, it will actually require them to fill in a secure form, or actually to regain access through an email that you sign up with LastPass, and that way it gives an extra level of security for your LastPass account. And then for premium version, which comes for $3 a month, you have these features. All that is in the free version, and then you have one-to-many sharing, emergency access, advanced multi-factor options, priority text support, from LastPass, and then you have up to 1 GB encrypted file storage. And then also there is something for families, 6 premium licenses, group and share items in folders, family manager dashboard. This is something also really interesting, and the good thing is that with all the premium versions you can have a trial version to get started. For me, apparently I actually use a free version, which I find it still really worthy try. You can get LastPass and use it on different devices, like on the Mac. I'm actually using a Mac at the moment, but you can also use it on Windows devices, Linux devices, within browsers, Chrome, Firefox, Safari. For example, let me show you. This is my Safari browser, and I have LastPass here installed as an extension. So whenever I'm trying to access different websites or different accounts where I need to log in, I already have my LastPass extension added onto Safari, so I don't have to feel the headache of again moving around different browsers to feed in necessary login information. On the other hand, I also have it on my Mozilla browser just right here, and I basically just have to click and I'm good to go. So all platforms, websites I'll be visiting using my Mozilla browser, I just go to the right platform I want to visit, and LastPass will be there to help me auto-fill in my information, generate passwords, add items, and all that stuff. So let's go back here to Chrome, and I think now we have an idea of what really LastPass is going to give to offer to you. But now what I'm going to do is just to take you through something like one. Let me log into my LastPass account. Okay, LastPass, and then I'll just say login. So when I log into LastPass, one thing that you have to remember is that LastPass, first of all, it requires you to have a master email address, and that master email address is that email address that you can always use to log into your LastPass account. And that master email address also comes with a master password that you create upon signing up with LastPass. So I'll feed in that in here. So that means that this password you fill in right here is a password you'll ever need to know in your life. All the other passwords that you'll be having or you'll be using with LastPass, you don't have to remember them. LastPass will take care of that for you. Only have to remember one password, which is the master password. Right now, actually, LastPass is sending me a verification email. Hello, someone, hopefully you recently tried to log to your LastPass account for a device or location that we did not recognize. We prevented access until you have reviewed the details of the login attempt. So here they give me the details, for example, the account and the email, time, and the location, the IP address. So if this was you, please verify the new location or device by clicking here, which is super fine. It's completely secure, because you may be like, oh my god, now I'm going to be saving my passwords in one central online location. Will it be safe? Will it be secure? I just have to tell you that I've been using this platform now for some years, probably like 3 years, and I only know one password. All the other passwords for the different websites, emails, and social accounts that I run, I don't have an idea about them. All that I know is the account name, and yeah, good to go. So let me now log in. So I fill in the email, and then the master password, and login. So here they tell me a quick reminder: we detected that your LastPass master password hasn't been changed in a long time. To keep your account safe, we recommend changing it now. I'll say just later. And here I am. So whatever you are seeing here, these are all accounts that I have. I have over 152 items within this account, and probably 120 of them are passwords that I generated online from different platforms. And all these are different accounts that I have within my LastPass. So I can just simply log into any account, because I saved all the passwords right here. So what I just need to do is only to log into to access that website, and then I can just log in. So for example, these are all Google accounts, different Google accounts that I have or for clients, and they all have different passwords. So you cannot remember all passwords for these Google accounts unless you are saving them somewhere in a notepad, which is not secure at all. So I'll take you through also now the passwords section. Here it's basically listing all the items that have passwords, and you can just check them over. I can just launch here. By launching, I mean it's going to bring up the window, and this means it's going to take me to the platform of that website where I created that account. That is what the launch feature means. And if I come over here, there are these options. There is a setting option, there is this other share option, and a delete option. So I can come settings option, and by clicking there, it's going to bring up this window. So here it will show the URL where I will be using, or where I use that account and the password from, then the name of the platform and the username, and then the password. So this is the password that was actually generated to use on that platform. And then you can actually add notes about that platform. There's something called advanced settings, require a password, pre-prompt, auto login, or disable auto filling. So AutoFill is a feature that actually LastPass has. When it detects a website that you have in your vault, it will automatically provide the username and the password to that platform. So you can disable it here. You can also enable auto login once you have an account with that platform and you have already signed in with LastPass. It will automatically log you in. So that is the settings feature, and of course the share feature is something that you can check it out, and you can share that password detail with some other person. So for example, you can say allow recipient to view the password, yes, but it's basically sharing a link to some other user who wants to access details of that account wherever you created it. And of course the delete is basically deleting that password detail, or specifically deleting that platform from your LastPass vault. Your notes are basically places where you will just create, a note. Just from here, you say add an item, and then once you say add item, and then you'll have the possibility to select what kind of item you want to create. It can actually be your identification, it can be your credit card images, it can be your credit card numbers too. and credit card information, and you can just save it right here. I want to tell you that every information that you save within LastPass, not even LastPass, employees or administrators can view this information because it is encrypted with some of the best encryption in the industry. So I also have already my secure note saved right within here, and for security reasons I will not show you the secure notes that I saved here, but you get an idea of how that works like. And you can actually create folders so that you can group your different secure notes based on a folder. For example, shopping sites, productivity sites, news platforms, social logins. And then the addresses, you can add addresses to your account, including emails, finance, education, credit cards, addresses, and all that stuff. Then payment cards. This is another new feature that actually LastPass added, where all your credit cards that you created or added to the platform will be put under one section. So bank accounts, you can actually link in here your bank account information, and it can also be like your online logins for your bank account and all that stuff. So you never have to remember anything to do with logging into your bank account information. Then there is something called a security challenge that LastPass gives you, and you can set this up every other time. And here they say, ready to put your password to a test. LastPass security challenge analyzes your security and takes you step by step through improving your passwords. And under the account settings, you can do a couple of things. For example, on the login credentials, you can add, of course, your email is automatically added here for that specific account. You can test that email address. You can change your master password. You can revert password change. Here they say you last change your LastPass master password 2 years and 6 months ago. This is really long. I have to really update this password. And then master password reminder, and then account information. And then here they show you the time zone and recovery phone number and all that stuff. So multi-factor options, add another layer of protection by protecting your second login attempt. Keep the bad guys out even if they steal your password through malicious software. LastPass authenticator generates a one-time verification codes or sends push notification to your smartphone. This is a very good feature which you actually have to enable, because imagine if someone, for some reason, they install a software on your computer that tracks your entries via a keyboard. So that means they could steal your master password and then they could be in position to log into your LastPass. But once you enable an option like the LastPass authenticator, that means every time someone actually is able to log into your account, they won't log in even if they have the master password until they're in position to access your mobile phone. So that's why the one-time verification codes are very important. And then there is something called the Google Authenticator, which generates a one-time verification code on your smartphone and can be used with Okta Verify. This is another good feature. So you guys can also check out this here. Then here they say trusted devices. Here it lists the number of devices that you linked up with your LastPass account. Then mobile devices have accessed LastPass on these mobile phones. So that's why they are showing all these devices. This means that next time I'm trying to access LastPass, these devices will not be restricted because already now LastPass knows them and they are allowed. And one thing I have to tell you is that yes, you can install LastPass on your mobile device using an app. For example, there is an Android app and there's also an iOS app. So you just have to, even on your mobile phone, you can still log into different accounts and browsers that you already opened up accounts with. But by having the LastPass mobile app, then you are in position again not to stress yourself with trying to remember the passwords or having again to first log into your LastPass desktop account. You basically just have to access the LastPass mobile account, which is syncing with your LastPass desktop account, and you can have all the details right within there. Equivalent domains, if you have the same login credentials across multiple different websites, you can mark the websites as equivalent. Global domains are ones created by LastPass. So here they give you all that stuff, Okay, this is an interesting feature I've actually never checked out, but yeah, it's available. Then the URL rules. when you are logging into our website, LastPass shows you all login entries having a similar URL. If you want to see fewer entries, you can set a URL rule to limit which logins are shown. So you can always add those rules down here, and boom, you are good to go. I close that. For now, we can just head back to our account dashboard, and that's what I had to show you within the LastPass dashboard, and that's how important it is. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to try now to log into using LastPass. But before we do that, we need to know how basically we can put LastPass to the best use. And that means that if you are going to be using your LastPass basically to generate passwords and save them securely, what you have to do is to add LastPass to your browser that you often use. You can add it to Chrome, you can add it to Mozilla, you can add it to Safari. So how do you add LastPass to Safari? This is what you have to do. Just get a new tab, come right here to apps. There's something called apps, and then you come to web store. Once you're here, then search up for something called LastPass. When you search for LastPass, it will come over here, and then you can add to Chrome. The moment I already have it added, it will download and it will install, come right above here. So when it comes right above here, what you need to do is very simplistic. It's just to come here and then log in. It will display your default or your master email address right here automatically, and then you just have to fill in your password. But if you don't have an account, then you have to create an account with LastPass by just clicking over here. Then you can, enter the email address or whatever email you want. Then you can create that account with LastPass. Then you come back here and then you sign in. So you'll always have only to know one email and one password. The same thing we can do for example, Safari. We just come to Safari, and there is something called Safari extensions, and then we have all these extensions down here, so we can just come over here and search for LastPass, but we already have it here. But I just want to show you in case it doesn't show up. So if it doesn't show up on your browser, you search for it here, and then you are in position to install. When you install it, it will just appear right up here with 3 dots, and you are in position to log into your LastPass account. That means if you log into this add-on or this extension, every time you visit our website where you created an account and you have your password saved with LastPass, LastPass will give you the AutoFill option, and you can just log into that account. So the same we can do for Mozilla. So once you open up your Mozilla browser, you just come to Firefox, Preferences, come down here to Extensions and Themes, and then you come right here, click on Extensions. So I can just search for LastPass. So I already have it here show up, but I can just search for it just for you to see how that whole process works like. So you have LastPass show up here, you can click on it, and then you are in position to add LastPass to Firefox. I already installed it on my Firefox browser, and what you just have to do here is just to install, and boom, you have it here, and you're in position to log in straight. That's how you can actually add LastPass on the different browsers, on Chrome, Safari, and Mozilla. And the same thing if you have a mobile phone or smartphone, you just go straight to your App Store or Play Store and search up for that application in the Play Store and or even the App Store, and you can simply install it and activate it. It is for free of charge. So now let's test how actually LastPass works in capturing passwords and email addresses once we are signing up on a platform. Let me try to open up an account on Elementor. So let's try to Elementor. I can say my account, and I would say I need to create an account. For username, I would say AI Digital. Then the email address, I'll say care@ai-ug.com. And then for the password, now I don't want to put my mind into creating the password myself. What I just need now is just to create a secure password. So I'll just click over here. But we were logged out of our LastPass account. So what I just need is now to log into my LastPass account. And once I'm logged in, so it is bringing me here that I already have an account, and it's auto-filling in information that is existing. Since I want to create another account, I'll just create another account. So AI digital, and then I'll say care at ai-ug.com. And then I'll delete this password that was automatically filled in by LastPass. So I'll just come here, click on these three dots, just click on this arrow, and then I can generate a password. I can show more options on the kind of password I want to create. I want maybe a 15-character password. I want it with all characters, including symbols, numbers, lowercase, and all that stuff. If I don't want to open it right here, I can just come over up here at LastPass, and then I say create secure password, and I can start generating here the password. So I can select the characters I want to add there, and then I can copy the password, or I can fill the password. I'm just going to copy the password here, then I paste the password right here. Now I want you to observe when I say register, automatically LastPass is going to grab this password that I auto-generated here and the email address, and it will save it in the vault. Boom! Now look here, exactly. So they asked me add this to LastPass, so I'll just say add. So once I add it here, then that means that now I have an account created on this website where I'm already logged in, and I can access several other different platforms within here. I can use their platform, I can log out, I can now go to another browser, enter that website. What I need to do is to go to my account, and once I'm at the my account page, I have to make sure I'm logged into my LastPass, which is the extension we added. And then you can log in. Once we logged into LastPass, so we just click over here, and then LastPass will bring the available options to log into an account at that website. So we already now have 2 accounts, so I just need to fill in using this other email account that we created. And now this is the beauty. This account that we created using our Chrome browser has already reflected across all our LastPass account and extensions and application wherever and whichever device we use. So we can now log in, and then we have logged in successfully. So guys, that's how you can use LastPass to create secure and safe passwords online using actually a free account, and you never have to stress about remembering passwords, saving passwords, and all that stuff. So guys, thank you so much for watching this other tutorial. I hope it brought you value. And hey, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss out on new other videos as I push them out. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.